position we concentrate on is that of the half-back flanker, and we have 3 nominations. The 3 final nominations are from Carlton, Bruce Doull, from Essendon and North Melbourne, Barry Davis, and from Fitzroy, Kevin Murray.
In an era of mass media exposure, no footballer has been quite able to avoid the limelight like Carlton's shy halfback Bruce Doull. He's the prime example of a man who puts action first and words well down the list. He rarely gives an interview, and when he does, gives nothing away. Yet in his own way, Doull has built up a great image with Carlton since he joined the club in 1969. His attributes are impeccable. He has pace, spring, concentration and aggression, and is a polished ball handler. 3 times he's been Carlton's best and fairest player, a record bettered only by John Nichols, and in 12 seasons has played 234 games, including more than 120 in succession. Most people will remember Barry Davis for his last match rather than the 306 that preceded it. In 1975, Davis bowed out of football after leading North Melbourne to its first league premiership. Davis had played in premiership sides before. He was a half-back flanker in Essendon's fine sides of 1962 and 65 and had played 219 games with the Bombers until the 10-year rule was introduced in 1973. In his first season with the Roos, Davis was Victorian captain and North's best and fairest player. Kevin Murray began altering the history of the VFL before he played his first senior game with Fitzroy in 1955. And he continued doing so until he retired 333 games later. Tied to Collingwood residentially, Murray wanted to follow his father Dan and play for the Lions. Hence the introduction of the VFL's father-son rule. Over the next 20 years, Murray played 424 games in Victoria and Western Australia, more than anyone in football history. Won a Brownlow medal at 31, and with his determined play on the back flank, took Fitzroy's Best and Fairest award 8 times.
OK, who's going to be our half-back flanker? The first of them in our Hall of Fame team, Ron.
The selection for 1 half-back flank, Bruce Doull.
Bruce, firstly, I understand at your Guernsey presentation you were somewhat shocked the other night when players of your vintage would be told to move over soon for some of the younger brigade, some of the more enthusiastic. Did you get a shock?
Well, I did. You know, I've been hoping to play for 2 more years anyway.
Bruce, let's talk about this famous headband. You brought it into vogue long before a tennis player called Bjorn Borg. He's got a getting royalties, I think, of around $1 million a year. What are you getting on yours? Nothing at all? You're not answering? Well, I'm sorry about that one. Do you ever mind when it gets ripped off?
No, it's just part of the game.
Bruce, I was told that action always speaks louder than words, and you are a fine example of that. Congratulations on your achievement. Half-back flanker, Sevens Hall of Fame. Good evening.